Hello, I'm going to start a monthly YouTube kind of broadcast, whatnot. Go over what I'm doing in the shop, what's new, what's coming up, what I'm working on. I just got my Rung Fu 31, kind of started setting it up. Got a little excited and started cutting stuff with it, but still got to level it out and everything. And I plan on putting ball screws in it and making this CNC. So there's probably going to be quite a few episodes of me playing around with that and trying to figure it out. Got my laptop set up with Mach 3 to run it, so I'm going to be doing Mach 3. I got Inventor for doing the 3D modeling, and I'll be doing Mashcam for the machine code. So this is what's new as of the first of the year. Some of the new stuff from the last few videos. I got a nice big bandsaw, upgraded my grinders over here, did a 3-phase motor from Automation Direct with VFD, variable frequency drive. Works amazing. I was at a single speed before, and it's with the higher grip belts and wood and everything else is fantastic. So my shop is in disarray. I've been trying to keep up on orders and everything else, so haven't had much time for cleaning. Just started doing folders, so I've been tooling up for that. Here's one side of one of the folders that I've been doing. Going to be offering these in the, here's the water jet cutouts for the CPM S30V stainless. And I'll also be offering it in Damascus. I'll show you one of those blades here in a little bit when I actually get it polished and etched, because I sold out in Damascus already. And I'll be, right now I got these using Teflon washers, some white Teflon washers. I'm going to be playing around with some ball bearings, so that'll probably be a whole video of just me trying to figure out how to countersink and everything else. I got it 3D modeled, so I got an idea how deep I need to go. But you know, between the computer and real life, things change. These are the feet I'm building. You can see it's a 3/4 inch bolt. I've got a washer welded onto the top of the bolt. It's going to be the bottom of the foot. It allows me to level the machine. Got all the pieces of the stand cut. Working on welding these together. There's a piece of 1/8 inch with a 3/4 inch hole cut in it. I'm gonna weld right along here. Weld a nut to it, put the bolt on. Got 2 more to make.
taking off.
Got the master level out. I'm going to work on leveling the machine. Yeah, we killed that bit. Back it back off. Back it back off. The bit's dead. Wet dry, sprayed down with some water, I fold it in thirds. This is a piece of just hardwood, and I got a piece of leather I glued on the top so it gives it some cushion. So we're just gonna wet everything down. This is what helps the abrasive cut and stay clean. So I just got it on there like that. This is just a piece of phenolic. We're just going to go until all the 400 grit scratches are gone. Okay, so we got this hand polished at 600. I cleaned it with mineral spirits, dried it off, and then cleaned it with Windex, clean all the grease and everything off of it. Now it's going to go under the ferric chloride. This is just 1-to-1 ferric chloride and water, room temperature. Do a test dunk here, give it a few seconds. We'll pull it out and look for any spots that aren't etching. Bring it into the light so you guys can see it. Looks like it's all etched and even. Good. Hey guys, just doing another shop update. It's been a couple days since I shot the first videos. Made a few fixtures for the mill for milling in the blade bevels, the main bevel, and also updated some of my other jigs and fixtures for drilling holes. So I'll go through that, and I've been playing around with some of the ball bearings for doing instead of the Teflon washers. So got one now I've kind of done. Got some changes to make to it, but it seems to be working. So come along with me. This is one of my fixture plates. I got it set up right now for the machining the pocket for the ball bearings. So this is a fixture I made for the blade bevels. As you can see, the face of it has a 7-degree tilt, so when I either bolt it to the mill table or in my mill vise, the end mill will come in at the appropriate angle. And I figured it out at between 65 and 80 thou cut will give me 20 thou on the cutting edge. So I got it held down in the pivot pin hole, and then this clamp in the back. You can see I got a little foot on it. I'll take it apart so you can see the rest of the fixture. I got 2 holes drilled for the pivot pins, so I can flip it around, do the other side. And I can mill one blade in about 5 to 10 minutes. So that's the fixture. When I make this CNC, I'm going to probably do something similar, only in aluminum, and make it hold about between 8 and 10 blades. Here's the surface grinder attachment I made. It's similar to Tim Wirtz, his design. I made this before I had the mill, so it's all machined with just the drill press and the tools I had on hand. You can see I made square ways. They're pretty accurate. And I made my own magnetic table. You can see I use 1/4 inch round by 1/4 inch tall neodymium magnets. And there's 125 in the face. This is 10 inches long. And it holds about 1 thou over 10 inches. And because it was on the drill press, I couldn't really accurately drill my sign plate holes, but they're 53 thou off. So I have to add 53 thou to whatever measurement I do, but that's the sign table. And this here comes off. You can see the machine track I got from McMaster Car. The bearings. And then I just got a set screw here. I can pull it off and use it as a normal grinder. I also have an adjustment in the back I made so you can adjust it where you need it on the grinder. This grinder is eventually going to go away and get turned into another 3-wheel. This is the upgraded 3-wheel. I've changed this grinder probably 6 times now. So, for how I hold my square stock, it's I use 1.25" by 1/4 inch. No, 1/8 inch sidewall. No, it's 1/4 inch sidewall. Angle iron. Put it around the pipe and weld it together, and it holds it pretty darn square. There's not a whole lot of slop. You can see with this, there's only up and down slop, but no side to side slop. Just a 1/4 inch set screw. I got my belt tracking down there and up here. I tend to use this one more. This is real simple tracking. It works. And my square wheel. I got a wear plate on the Platen, 1/8 inch wear plate. I find I have to change it probably every 25-30 knives. It gets a little too out of square from use. The power hammer I have upgraded. This is a design from the X2 on Anvil Fire. I got trailer leaf springs I broke down. This hole was the center hole for the leaf spring. Had to drill this one, which wasn't too bad because they're not particularly hard. You just have to make sure it stays nice and cool. My guides are just steel guides. They're a little sloppy. My adjusting screw needs to be a little longer because the head wants to slop around too much this way and it binds the hammer. But other than that, it hammers nice and straight. It's upgraded to, my last hammer was about a 15-pound head and this one's 50. So the difference is quite a bit. And then the anvil, I got a used railroad axle for my railroad car from the Alaska Railroad. It was $250 for one axle, and my apprentice, we went in together, went halves on it. I went in and had a machine shop cut it because I couldn't cut anything that big. So came out to right around $300-400 just for the cuts and everything. I was using A36 dies, and they lasted for about a week before they started mushrooming. But this is 4140, and you can see how I got this end of the die tapered down, and it matches on the top. That allows me to hammer in the blade bevels. It works great. The other side is flat, and then I got a hardy hole on here for different tools. This one I use for tongs. It's a 5/8, or roughly about a half to 5/8 step. This is 5160 here. This is just A36, and that allows me to make a pair of tongs in about 2 heats. And for a motor on this, I got one of my old compressors went out, so I used the 2-horse motor and it works. Junkyard hammer. This is a tire off a Subaru. My next upgrade to this hammer is going to be a new trailer tire. You can see how many welds I had to do. I keep breaking the mount. That was fine for the 15-pound hammer, but this 50 just is too much for holding that bearing on there. You can see how many welds I did under there. They're nasty. But it seems to be holding together right now. I'm going to be upgrading this to a trailer tire with a actual trailer axle. They come about 1.25 inch square, so I can get a good, I'll probably drill through it, bolt it, and weld it, and just really secure it on there with a good hefty duty plate on the top. This is the knife with the ball bearings. I just used aluminum. I tumbled these all night, and I don't know if you can get this, but we'll try. You can still see the 60 grit scratches in there from my flat grinder. I was just curious to see if tumbling would take them away. It lightened up most of them. One thing with this is my lock bar, I think, is too small. So when you go to flex the knife down, this part flexes up, so it's sloppy. And the ball bearings, I thought would be smoother. They're fairly smooth. They're a little bit smoother than the Teflon washers, but I was looking for like just butter soft smooth. Now, this is too small for the blade, but thumb stud's too small. I gotta order more. But this blade here was completely milled on the machine, water cut and milled. And today I'm going to be trying out this new design. Last time I was at work, I drew this up in AutoCAD. Just printed it out last night, so we'll see how it goes together in real life. That's about what it's going to look like. I've had a lot of people ask me for a drop point, so I'm going to make them a drop point. I'd like to do the handle probably an 1/8 inch stainless or titanium and do a belt clip with it. I think the first one I'm going to do the 063 stainless and do it like I've been doing the last ones with the wood handle. So that's about it. Everything, I got a giant mess I need to clean up. I go to work tomorrow, so this is my last day to work. So to play, I got all of this to clean. I got tons of chips on the ground, tons of chips on the table. I've already cleaned the table several times. So I'm gonna get a fog buster system for it so it's not as messy. One thing that did happen is the set screw for this handle stripped out, and now it falls off. So if that's the worst of the cheap Chinese that happens to me, I'll be doing good. So in the future, I'll probably, when I upgrade to the ball screw, leave that off and put my motor there, and a motor up here. So that's it for now. Next month, hopefully I'll have Doug here, my apprentice, and he's quite the guy. He's pretty funny. And hopefully I'll have more done and more going on. I finally got caught up. I finally got my entire inventory done again for Markdown. Or not Markdown, it's now the Marketplace. Glenn Beck's website. So you can check me out there on the Marketplace at theblaze.com. I got my own website that my IT guy is been slacking, so we ran into problems with updating it, so it hasn't been updated for quite a while. I got probably 40 knives done back from the Hilton. I was carrying them there, and I didn't do the sales that I really wanted to cover the cost, so I kind of broke even, so it wasn't really worth having them there. So I got all those back. I was in a 9-month lease there, so I got those back from the Hilton gift shop. So I got to get pictures of those so I can get those on the website, because I got a whole ton of knives to sell, which is good because I got inventory now for gun shows and whatnot. But let's see, what else is there? So check out my website, lastfrontier.knives.com. Keep posted on YouTube. I'm gonna try to do. My goal is 2 of these a month, but realistically, it's probably gonna be 1 a month, at least to start. But you'll get a chance to watch me screw up and learn from my mistakes, and hopefully send your input in, especially on the CNC side. I haven't milled in so long. I had to pretty much reteach myself a lot of stuff. I had my buddy over here learning how to mill with me. He had never seen a mill before, so we were playing with that yesterday and the day before. It took us almost all day to do the one fixture. Playing with the fly cutter and the shell mills and all that. So let's see. Hopefully next time I got some more Damascus to forge. My last billet, I had a couple inclusions in it, so I couldn't use part of it, and that was from the old dies cupping, and it doesn't weld to center after a while, so I end up having a lot of problems with that. So the 4140 dies are going to be pretty nice with that, keeping that from happening. If I catch it on the first weld, I can usually cut through the center of the bar and get flux in there and re-weld it, but now I don't have to worry about that. So I got a couple bars Damascus. I think I'm going to do a multi-bar twist. I think I'm going to try jelly roll, mosaic, and probably just the standard either bird's eye or random pattern in 120 layer. So I got quite a few bits of Damascus to make. That way I can have some stock to work with and have bars ready for customers when they want it, so they don't have to wait for me to forge it, because that does take quite a bit of time. And let's see, one thing I did learn with doing the mill process and the Damascus on this last blade, it takes longer for me to mill the billet than it would on my surface grinder attachment. So I'll be sticking with the surface grinder attachment, throw a fairly fresh 30 or 20 or 60 grit belt, and it usually takes me 5-10 minutes to get it to dimension, as opposed to setting it up on the mill, which is 5 to 10 minutes, and then cutting, and each cut takes about 5 minutes, and you can only take 20 thou, 30 thou at a pass without really making the machine jump around too bad. So you know me, I like to push it to the limit and soup it all up, so I'll probably be souping up the mill here soon. Oh, and the other thing is I'm expecting my first baby boy here in another 2 months, so I may or may not have video of the little tyke here in a short time. So we're super excited about that. My wife is definitely done to being pregnant. She's getting big, so keep us in your prayers. And if there's any input or anything, I'm sure I'm definitely open to, hey, you should do it like this instead of like this, or have you tried this or that. I try to figure out what works best for me, and it necessarily isn't the best way to do it, or there's probably 100 other ways to do it. So that's about it for now. Hopefully other videos I'll have more on heat treating. I do a couple different, 3 or 4 different kinds of heat treating, especially with different steels and whatnot. So What I showed you is what I use for the 5160 because 5160 doesn't show Hamon. So hopefully here in the future I'll do a W1 knife so I can show you how to do a Hamon in a W1. I don't use clay. A lot of people use clay. My wife and I prefer having a nice straight Hamon. I think it looks clean. A nice wavy Hamon like a Japanese style sword is nice, but I like that nice clean Hamon. There's no extra stress risers and all that. You got one solid or one nice straight line. It looks nice and clean, kind of like a signature for my knives. So probably end up doing part of that in the next video too. And stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.